Hey, what is up guys, I'm Neville, and today I'm going to be talking about why Dwayne Wade coming off the bench could actually help the Cleveland Cavaliers. And y'all might be like, dude, you're ridiculous, you're crazy, Dwayne Wade coming off the bench, that will never help the Cavs. Well, actually, I think it will, and if you don't already know the story, well, basically, Dwayne Wade demoted himself from starting because he had a few bad games. So without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into the video. My first reason is going to be actually now that he's coming off the bench, he's actually going to be able to be the first option or the first scoring option, because that's when he was starting, he had to take a backseat to not only LeBron James but Kevin Love also, if not even Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose was their point guard and he was obviously bringing up the ball every time, making the plays, everything. Well, Dwayne Wade is definitely probably better as a second or first option, as he likes to be able to make plays, score the ball and everything, and this actually showed drastically as his stats of being a starter for the first two games. In his first game as started, the dude only had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. That's it. And then you go to his second game, and he only had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. But then the first game that he played as a starter, the dude actually had a much better game with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So the one game that he did not start was his best game, and that was because he was the first option. Because just think, he was able to have Shumpert himself, Tristan Thompson, Kyle Korver, them four, and obviously he's going to be the first scoring option out of all of them, and he's going to pass the ball again, be able to score when he wants to, pretty much take over on the bench, and he actually makes their bench a lot stronger, which kind of rolls into my second point, and which means it adds more depth to their bench. No, they didn't get another good player, but I mean, they have a better player on the bench now, as this will make the starters J.R. Smith, but their team is like, when it's fully healthy, will have Wade, Shumpert, Thompson, Zizic, and Rose all off the bench. Every single one of them would be off the bench, which is probably better than most teams' backup. And probably everybody but Zizic would start on any other NBA team, because, I mean, they have a really good bench. And, like, at first, it kind of weakened your bench to have J.R. Smith instead of Wade on the bench, because J.R. Smith would have probably, Rose would have been the leader of that bench, and you obviously need a more of a veteran kind of leader just to come off the bench. And now with adding Wade instead of Smith, now you have Smith who's still keeping the chemistry strong with LeBron, and then you have young Zizic, kind of like prime season Rose. He should be in his prime, but his injuries and all that. Shumpert is pretty much a veteran that can shoot, and then Dwayne Wade, obviously definitely a veteran, future Hall of Famer. So I mean, with a future Hall of Famer veteran who's still pretty good in the league, going with, I think, rookie Zizic, pretty young Rose, young Thompson, and then Shumpert, who's another veteran, that strengthens their bench a ton. It probably has one of the better benches in the entire league. And now another thing that people are probably going to look over now that Wade's on the bench is the chemistry is probably going to stay a lot stronger, because now he will be able to come off the bench and a placeholder for J.R. Smith, and J.R. Smith was not very happy, should I say, when he found out that LeBron pretty much just gave Dwayne Wade the starting spot. Because one day they said to Dwayne Wade, like, LeBron came up to him and said, you're going to be starting in the game instead of like really competing. And J.R. Smith even came out publicly saying he was kind of upset that he didn't even get to compete for the starting lineup. He was kind of just like forced into being on the bench, and he was kind of upset for that. And obviously LeBron and J.R. Smith, they've been playing together for 3 years now, so obviously they have some chemistry, and that was kind of hurting their chemistry. But now with J.R. Smith back in starting lineup, maybe they can try to rekindle that chemistry that they had and make them happy again. Now, my fourth and final reason is he will be like more rested, because he will be able to come off the bench instead of playing all those starting minutes and straining it on your body. He will now be able to come off the bench, and J.R. Smith is still not old, so J.R. Smith starting, he'll probably get at least 20 minutes a game for J.R. Smith, and then Dwayne Wade would probably go in there and get 15, 16, 17, even maybe 20 minutes a game. But that's better than having to play 30 minutes a game as a starter, and plus obviously he's getting old, so his body can't endure as much. And then this is also going to cause major matchup problems, because name another veteran that's the caliber of Dwayne Wade right now that's coming off of the bench. No one. And then also Derrick Rose is probably one of the better backup point guards in the league also. So you have major matchup problems with Dwayne Wade coming off the bench, because not only would they have to worry about Derrick Rose and Tristan Thompson, who's still a really good center, don't get me wrong, but now you have to also worry about Dwayne Wade, who can take over a game especially full of like just he's gonna be in the game with mostly bench players all the time. So he's gonna be able to take over a game whenever he wants to, and you at least have to keep one starter in. So it's also gonna keep like one of their starters probably out from resting as much as he would be able to if Wade was starting. You see what I mean now? So yeah, now just before I end this video, let's recap a little bit. So he'll be able to be a first option, which he does play a lot better in, because in the first 2 games he didn't do that good, but in the second game he came out and pretty much had a breakout game. And then it adds way more depth, it doesn't give them an extra player, but like their bench got a lot stronger with Wade starting, and I mean their starting lineup's going to be one of the strongest in the NBA, no matter what, with LeBron, Kevin Love, and then Isaiah Thomas when he comes back. And then also, he'll be more rested because, like, he obviously won't be getting as much minutes coming off the bench, and it'll cause matchup problems. And maybe their chemistry between J.R. Smith and LeBron James will go back up since J.R. Smith is back in a starting spot, and he doesn't have to be upset that he's not starting anymore. And it probably brings chemistry because he can trust Dwayne Wade to be like, hey, man, I'm not doing that good, so here, you can have my starting spot. That takes a real man to do that. So at any point, guys, unfortunately that's going to be the end of this video, but at any point, if you like the video at all, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot. We're on a road to 100 subscribers. It means a ton to me. If we can somehow get 100 subscribers, we've been stuck on 93 forever, but I mean, I'm gonna keep grinding. We're gonna get to it by the end of next month. Mark my words, by the end of next month, we will get there, no matter what. And also, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, just go watch them. Why wouldn't you? Unless you don't like me. And if you don't like me, then I'm just gonna go shoot myself. How about that? Because I don't think I forgot about you either. Remember, never do vegetables, always do drugs. Stay safe, stay safe. Goodbye.